Welcome to Colaberry Open House. My name is Ali Muakil. I'm the managing director of this program. And tonight I'm going to be talking to you, give you a little overview of the Colaberry Data Analytics program. I'm going to show you an awesome resume, what you can expect your resume to look like towards the end of this program. We're going to talk to 3 alumni who recently, within the past year, have been placed in the field, get an idea of what to expect once you get a job in this field. And then also we're going to talk about some financing options. I'll have my wonderful host go over some financing options after we're done. So that's how our schedule looks for the next hour. All of our instructors are products of the program. They've all been through the program. They all have, work in the field. They're currently working in the field. Some work at Microsoft, some work at other big companies. So you have a wonderful staff. The instructor for this upcoming April 1st batch is none other than Mr. Ahmed Mahmoud, who went to the program maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. He's been working in the field ever since. And he does very well on his job. So he will be the instructor for the upcoming April batch. Everybody's hearing about all of these data jobs, but where are they coming from? Well, to understand that, you got to kind of look back in history. All right, it wasn't until 1400 is when we came out with our first technology, which was the printing press. Okay, and then so it took another 200 years before the next technology came out, and then another 150 years before you had the next technology, which was the steam engine. But as you see, we round the 21st century, you can see all of the new technologies that have come out with the internet and cell phones and DVDs and social media. All of these technologies produce massive amounts of data. So a growth in technology is also a growth in data. And because of this, reality is 65% of kids starting school will grow up to work in a field that does not yet exist. And on top of that, over half of our jobs are going to end up being affected in the next 15 to 20 years. And so when you look at the type of jobs there are, it's not really anything out of the ordinary, because since 1980s, you can see based on the classification of the job, so you have non-routine and routine. Am I doing the same thing over again, or am I doing something different? And then cognitive, do I need to use my brain to figure this out? Is it more of a thinking job than a manual job? And so the categories that these type of jobs fall under is non-routine cognitive. And as you can see, these jobs have been on the rise for a while now. Now, there's this, new technologies, there's this huge surge in jobs. And so when we classify these jobs, how far you are to the right in this chart is how hard it is to fill the role, okay? And then how high you are on the list is the projected growth. So we focus in this top right region because it is a challenging job. It is a thinking job. You can't just train someone for a couple of weeks and expect for them to be successful in these type of fields. Not only that, but you have a projected growth, which is astronomical, because with the addition of new technologies, then you're going to get an abundance of data, and you need people to manage these applications and processes. And so you can see right here, we focus in this disruptors group where you have a ton of new jobs coming in, but they aren't necessarily that easy to fill. So what is data analytics? What is analytics? Analytics is the scientific process of transforming data into insight for making better decisions, offering new opportunities for a competitive advantage. It is about the money. Okay, and what companies are starting to understand is the more they are able to use and analyze their data, then the better they are able to relate to their customers. And the better you are able to relate to your customers, the better experience you're going to create for them. You guys have been on Amazon.com. It's such a wonderful experience. You know what other people like yourself are purchasing. You know their thoughts on the products. Was it good? Was it a bust? Did it break 2 weeks after I purchased it, right? And so you have all of this, and all of this is data, okay? They're using the data to bring it back to their customers so they can make informed decisions. And so analytics is really huge right now. Every company, every department and every company needs analytics. And if you take a company without analytics and compare it to a company with analytics, then one has a very distinct competitive advantage. And so when we look at the projected shortage in data analytics, 43% of companies are currently experiencing shortages and skill gaps in data analytics. And in the next 3 to 5 years, that number is going to double. So what needs to happen? People need to become more data literate, and that includes all the parts of data, which include collecting data, transforming data, modeling, okay, visualizing the data, and then you have to be able to communicate your findings. 20% of data analyst jobs will see, or there'll be a growth from 2018 to 2028 in data analyst roles. 50% of companies have adopted AI in at least one business function. 85% of companies have adopted big data and analytics. And 96% of companies are planning to hire permanent staff and data analytics related roles. So as you can see, companies are on board. They understand that this is a needed technology. It is something that is going to help give them a competitive advantage and to stay on top of their game. And so now companies have adapted and they're all about obtaining data analytics and data governance for their companies. So how can you achieve your personal and career goals through Colaberry? First off, Colaberry does training, of course. We also do mentoring. We provide internships. And of course, we do also this same type of work for companies as well. And don't just take my word on it. We won several awards. We won awards with through MIT. We won awards through General Motors, Artificial Intelligence for Betterment of Humanity, and other various awards. Just simply for the fact of how we use data, okay? So companies are using data for all different types of things. What we use data for is to speed up your learning process. So we have this very intense boot camp that requires a huge commitment from your standpoint, okay? And the goal is to basically lock you down in this topic, give you several assignments, put you to the experience of a developer. So on the back end, you can come out not as an entry-level developer, but as someone that's experienced and worked your way through multiple projects by the time you complete the program. 9 out of 10 students rate their instructor a 9, and you guys are gonna love our instructors. They're here because they're passionate about what they do. They're passionate about changing lives, and you're gonna see that. You're gonna feel that when you interact with them twice a week. 95% of our students would recommend this course, and 92% of students would take another program at Colaberry. So here are a few of the places where our alumni work. They work all over the United States. Chances are, once you get your job, you may meet somebody in there from Colaberry. Not guaranteeing it, but it's highly likely. And so when you break our program down, there's 2 parts of the program. Number 1 is the 3-month boot camp that you guys are looking into. That happens 2 days per week, okay? Classes on Tuesday from 6:30 to 9:30. We're based in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So we are on Central Time. Tuesday, 6:30 to 9:30 Central Time, and Saturday, 9 to 1, okay? 9 to 1, those are the 2 different times that we're meeting during the week. And 15 to 20 hours per week is required outside of the class. So don't count class time. We're looking at dedication of at least 15 to 20 hours outside of the class that's going to be dedicated to hands-on assignments. We develop what you call muscle memory, right? It shouldn't be the first time that you've seen this error. You've worked through issues, you've had setbacks, you've figured it out, and now you start to understand a little bit more, putting you more on a mid-level type range. We're going to work on a whole bunch of real-world scenarios from various industries, because when you get a job in this field, you're not limited to one or two industries, okay? You could get a job in healthcare, you could get a job working for a hospital, you could get a job working for a bank, you could get a mortgage, working for a mortgage company. I mean, it's really wide open. Every company has to use data. Upon completion of the program, we're gonna build you or help you build a project portfolio, okay? Where you can showcase how you have that real experience working with real data sets, working with real data challenges. And I think the most beneficial part of this program is the Colaberry community, okay? We have tools like Colaberry Chat where you can ask questions to your classmates. The alumni group, once you get a job, they're always, we have a group and they're always sending questions and people just helping each other out. So you're not by yourself when you get to your job. You have this entire community that you can ask questions to, that you can interact with and get advice and get feedback and get, help or whatever you need. It's going to be a tight-knit community even after you graduate and you make it over to the alumni. Now, that first portion of the program lasts about 12 weeks, and then you can move on to our advanced data analytics bootcamp, which is designed to take you to all the way to getting you a job. Okay, that's the goal of the advanced program, is to get you a job in the field. So immediately you're going to be signed a couple of mentors. These mentors are going to be someone you can reach out to. They have a group. They're going to be helping to guide you throughout the entire process. When you get towards the end and you need help with your interviews and things like that, then your mentor is going to play a very instrumental role, because all of our mentors have been through the program as well, and they're currently working in the field. You're going to work on a few real-world projects as you go through this process. And we have a AI enhanced training program and videos, okay? Communication skills are very important in this field. Not only do you have to create the process, create the applications, but you also have to look at the data and be able to explain to the business what the data is saying. And so you will create anywhere from 40 to 60 videos as you go through this process. And each video, our AI tool is going to transcribe your videos. It's going to tell you if you're using filler words such as or like and things like that, and to make you aware of it. It's also going to critique you on different facets, like how fast are you talking too fast? Are you talking too slow? Are you showing eye contact, right? And it's going to judge you on the physical things that it can see from a machine learning algorithm, okay? And in addition to that, we're going to have a human give you feedback on your videos as well. So you're going to have the AI being able to critique your videos, and you're going to have a human. So the goal is you just get a little bit better. You get a little bit better. Oh, I didn't realize I said like that much, right? And so now once you're aware of things like that, or maybe you have a tendency to look up in the ceiling that you didn't notice subconsciously, okay? Well, you're going to be able to home in on those little things that can help improve your communication. And as you create more and more videos, you're going to see your presentation skills start to increase because you're much more aware of the things that it takes to have good communication. Mock interviews. So once you get towards the end of the program, you're going to be doing mock interview after mock interview. You're going to be doing mock interviews with your instructor. You're going to be doing videos with mock interviews. So the whole thing is designed to get you comfortable talking, because once you go to an interview, that is what you need to be successful in an interview, is you need to get used to talking, okay? The more you talk, the less questions that are asked, and the smoother the interview will go for you. We're going to help you build your resume. I mean, from start to finish, guys. And I'm about to show you a resume in a little bit. And then we actually have the guy on that I have the resume for. He's gotten placed maybe like, I don't know, maybe like 8 to 10 months ago. I'm going to show you the exact resume he used to get his job, and how we actually showcase your communication skills, showcase your project skills, and route to a job, so your employer knows for sure that you know how to do what you're saying you know how to do. And then in terms of lifelong placement, if you're ever out of a job, you have that tight-knit Colaberry community that's going to be there to help you, even if you need a job. We have a lot of processes that, once you get towards the end of the program, we're going to submit you automatically for 100 jobs a week. Okay. You're going to be getting about 3 interviews a week and submit it for about 100 jobs per week through some of our automated processes. Now, when you talk about what's in the curriculum, what am I going to be learning? Well, you're going to learn things like how to talk to the database. Okay. How to talk to SQL. Think of that as like a foreign language, okay? You go to a country you've never been to, you don't speak the language, but you have this tour guide that's lived there their entire life. And you know that if you could just talk to that person, they could tell you everything you need to know about where you are. And so that's kind of how the database works. It carries all of the information, has all of the facts of your business. And so you have to be able to speak that language to retrieve all of that information. Okay, and then that information can go in tables, and it can go into reports and charts. And as humans, we're visual creatures. So just looking at a bunch of words and numbers is not going to do a whole lot for us. But if you're able to create these visual representations of the data, then it will be much easier for people to understand that data and then make decisions based off of that data. We work with the top data analytics tools out there like Power BI, Tableau, Click. So you'll get an opportunity to pick one of those towards the end and kind of focus your, I call it like the cherry on the tree, okay? You're gonna have a core skill set of, ETL, database, and data warehousing and reporting, but then we're gonna throw one of those tools on top to add to your repertoire of skill set. Again, we're going to build you a portfolio, and it's going to be based on real world data. Okay. And you're going to create, and then you're going to showcase that project upon completion of it, en route to hitting the field, hitting the market, preparing for the jobs. And then once you get to the end, like I said, we're going to submit you for 100 jobs. You're going to get interviews. It's just about closing at that point. Okay, you have the knowledge, you have the experience level, and you have the portfolio that shows what you can do. Now, now the only thing left for you to do is to close out the interview and get the job offer. So again, class is twice a week. We're on Central Time, Tuesday 6:30 to 9:30, and then you have Saturday 9 to 1. You're looking at about 15 to 20 hours a week outside of the program. So about the commitment of a nice part-time job on the side. We realize that most of our students do have full-time jobs. This is a career transition program, but it will be like having another job on the side, okay? You're gonna get a whole wealth of help from the support. I mean, we have homework help sessions, we have a Colaberry chat application where you can ask questions. And so you see we have a great support system, and our Colaberry chat is actually being built into a mobile app, okay? And so this is where you can communicate with your class, chat with your fellow classmates, and then also be able to help and get questions answered when you're going through that process and in need of going through your homework. All right, so in terms of price, okay, so for the first portion of the program, which starts April 1st, you're looking at $19.99, okay? Taiwo is going to explain some different payment options that we have, but basically this is a $2,000 investment in yourself. Now, you make it through the end of the program, and you have the ability to sign up for the advanced data analytics program. And that's where we're teaching you the base in the first 3 months. And then now, once you move on to the advanced, now we're going to teach you how to apply it, how to use it on the level that companies can actually benefit from it. And so that portion of the program is $15,000. We have a couple of different payment options. Number one is if you want to pay up front, we're going to give you a 20% discount. And then we also have an ISA, okay, or ISL now. I need to change this. It's an income share loan, okay? It's basically a school loan. So there is some interest on that, okay? You got to pay to borrow money. But if you have the money up front, then you can get a discount. We have also introduced another option a couple of weeks ago. There's 3, 6, and 12-month payment options as well. So you're going to get about 3 different payment options for the advanced data analytics portion. All right, so before we talk to some of our alumni, I'm going to show you what a resume typically looks like. We have Tyrick, who I mentioned is going to be with us this evening. He's been on his job maybe 8-10 months, something like that. And just kind of show you the profile of, what his profile looked like en route to a job and what you can expect your profile to look like. And your information will be completely different, okay? Because everybody works on their own special personalized project. So your project will not look like anyone else's going through this program. All right, so we have the resume, and what you'll notice as it's pulling up, at the top of the screen, you will see some links, okay? And these links are where we want to give a more interactive, okay? So that's what we're gonna focus on. I mean, a resume, everybody's seen 100 resumes. Nothing special about resumes, okay? You put your professional summary, your skill set, all your skills, and your experience, okay? Now, what makes our resume special is the fact that we've added these links to the top to give the employer more of the things that they need to help make them a decision. So number one is we have a digital resume, which is similar to a regular resume. However, we add a few more things on there, like a link to your bio. You'll have a bio as part of this program. We'll connect it to your LinkedIn page. Employers can schedule an interview with you directly through our hire.refactor website by clicking on this button. When you do your portfolio or your project, Tariq's project was on the American Dream home affordability analysis. And then also, look, you get to showcase your different, you get to take your best videos and then kind of showcase.
Good evening, my name is Tariq, and
answering the different videos. Okay, so they can get a chance to see your communication skills. And
good evening, my name is Tariq, and today we'll be.
All right, so you will get badges, electronic badges that you can share on social media. So as you make your way through the program, you're going to end up getting 1 or 2 or 3 badges as you go through the program. So that's part number one, is you have the digital resume. Now, why hire me? Which is like a little 90-second pitch.
Hi, so why should you hire me? Over the years, I've had the pleasure in working in the financial sales field for multiple industries, from banking, mortgage, telecommunication, and debt settlements. The aspect of problem solving in the data and IT industry is what gravitated me to this field.
All right, so we see Tyreek doing his thing. Communication skills. Now, We have events every single month, communication skill events, because I can't tell you how important it is for you to be able to talk the part. Okay, I tell them you not only have to walk the walk, you got to talk the talk, which is mean you have to sound good. You have to be able to present your findings. And Tyreek actually won this competition we had this evening. So I'll let you guys, I'll skim through a little bit of it, but you can see this is him presenting his personalized project for our what we call a CAP competition, which is a communication skills competition.
All right, so good evening. My name is Tariq, and today I'll be going over is the American dream achievable? The main motivation of this project actually came from a personal standpoint. As I've been looking to purchase a home for the past couple of years, the price on homes has been a deterrent, and one of the main reasons why I actually moved back to Dallas from Los Angeles. So what is the American dream? So the American dream is status, which will break it down over 4 categories. The report, the purpose of this report is to analyze how difficult it is to purchase a home for the different demographic groups and why increasing home prices make it harder for ordinary Americans to prosper and achieve that elusive American dream. National, the 3 bottom demographics do have their own year over year and decade over decade, but they are pertaining to that group itself. As we have seen, the housing prices have exploded over 125% increase, while wages have only increased by about 25%. Now, while it's true that incomes are higher in the more expensive states, prices are also higher. So when you look at California, even though yes, your income is higher at 75,000, the house on California is around 534,000. Lowest price to income ratio at 4.38, and decade over decade, they have seen the least increase in their price to income ratio. Every other race have seen double-digit increase in their price to income ratio, except the Asian race, which have seen single digit at 7.53.
All right, so you guys see, he did his thing. He ended up winning first prize on that. And anytime you do well in a competition, we can take that information, we can put it, upload it to Vimeo or YouTube, and then have that ready for you so you can add it to your resume. I mentioned you create 40 to 60 videos as you go through this process. So the videos that you score high on, you can use those and add those to your resume as well. So here's Tyreek answering what are the various sources that you've worked with.
Good evening, my name is Tariq, and today we're going to be talking about the various types of sources that I've worked with in the current project and in past projects. But before we get to the sources, we basically just want to talk about why we utilize sources. So in regards to data sources, in SQL management, we utilize the ETL process to work with these various sources. ETL is basically the way we are able to extract from the data sources that are not optimized for analytics.
All right, so also in addition to being able to talk the talk, you got to be able to showcase some of your work. So as you complete your project, we're going to put it in this nicely formatted process to where you can showcase your project. Here you see, this is a different project, but
and this is
idea. You're going to create your video for your project, which would be right here. Here you have the overview, you know, your problem statement, what KPIs, data dictionary that you use, and then what were your key insights and takeaways, okay? And then what are your suggestions based on what you've learned by analyzing the data? What are some suggestions that you can give for the business, okay? And then after that, you also will be able to kind of showcase the project that you built, okay? And now as a potential hiring manager, I can not only hear you talk about your project, see your work, but I can also come here and start clicking and interacting with the dashboard that you built or whatever application that you built, okay? So we make this very easy for the employer to see the type of work that you can do, okay? And now you're explaining what you're doing, you're talking about it, you're showcasing it, you're giving them the ability, and if you can get them to talk about your project during an interview, I mean, you've already won, okay? And so here's a live dashboard that's being updated every single day that you can then say, hey, I built this, okay? This is on my resume. And all of these things are just on your resume, casually, okay? At the top, yeah, you got the regular resume, but now you got the videos, the communication skills, the actual demos, and then they can get to your LinkedIn, okay? So I call this the resume experience because it's not just looking at a paper resume, it's going through the entire experiencing of what is this person like, what is, how do they talk, how do they communicate, and what skills do they have? And you're able to showcase all of this through these profiles. Let's see. Tariq, are you here?
Not yet.
Okay, so we got a couple other people that are here. They're going to talk to us. Oh, Lou, what's up, man? How long has it been since you've been working on your job? And tell us what type of job you ended up getting.
It's been 6 months.
6 months, okay. And what's your role?
I'm a senior data analyst.
Senior data analyst, right out the gate, huh? And so
Yes.
tell us about your job. What is it that you do on your day-to-day? What is it?
All right. My day-to-day activities basically is just working on Power BI reports. I build report basically for the business. So I majorly use, let's say, 80% Power BI, then I use SQL as well to transform my data to fit my requirements. So majorly I use Power BI, then a little bit of SQL as well.
So tell us a little bit about your background. What did you do before you got to Colaberry, and how did you hear about Colaberry?
Okay, before Colaberry, I used to be a DoorDash, Amazon delivery guy. So basically, it's just a lot of delivering stuffs from work, driving the whole day, 7 days a week. It was hell, actually.
And so how has your life changed in the past 6 months, moving over into this field?
Well, financially, it's super, it's amazing financially, and timing. I have a lot of time for my family. I could go on vacation, I could purchase things that I want to, not thinking about, oh, where is the money, the finance is just so good, and it's really helpful, and I really have time for myself. My work is hybrid. I don't have like 5 minutes.
Hybrid meaning you're going in the office part of the time and you're working from home part of the time?
Yes, so I work 3 days on site and I work 2 days from home. Yeah, it's been amazing. Sincerely.
Fantastic. And so what, people potentially starting the class, April 1st, what's the biggest piece of advice you could give to them?
So my advice is you have to put in the effort. So the way Colaberry is set up is that it brings out the potentials in you. That means you can actually do that thing, but you really need to put in your own effort. They talked about the 10 to 15 hours out of the class. You need to really put in that effort and just keep on, because what you are learning in Colaberry, by the time you get to your workplace, in fact, you'll be quite very good at workplace that, the role, like, for instance, now my boss is not around and it's like, I'm just in charge of the data team, and somebody that just came in 6 months ago and I'm actually in charge of data team, and, what the value I'm delivering to the business is quite, beyond what they are expecting. So Colaberry gave that platform. And so I would just advise anyone to, stick to the curriculum, to the plan, do your assignments, be good at your own space, get over the class and work on your projects, your communication skills, and it's going to really be helpful.
All right, fantastic, man. We appreciate you, Olu, for coming by and stopping by and talking to some of our potential new students. We appreciate you. And thanks again for coming by, all right?
You're welcome, Ali.
All right, Craig, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yo,
All
I'm in the
right,
car right
Craig,
now.
in the car. Are you
Yeah.
coming home for work?
I was supposed to. I just been waiting here.
You look like a baby. How old are you, man?
20
20
years old.
old. So when did you
Yeah.
join Colaberry? Was it right after high school? Like tell us a little bit about your story.
Yeah, I joined like right after high school. I let the summer pass after I graduated, and then I joined in August 2021. I didn't really know what to do after high school. So one of my dad's friends, his son and him went through this program. So they kind of told me about it. I looked into it, and here I am. I finished the course. I did the, IPPC after course and everything like that. Did the extra stuff with the Power BI. That was my tool that I chose. I started my job last week, Tuesday. It's been kind of new.
Tuesday. What's your role?
I'm an LTL data analyst, but really I do a lot of like pricing analysis and, some just basically I'm in charge of like visualizations right now.
Have you gotten your first project?
Yeah, I've gotten a couple like small little projects. I worked on one worked on one 2 days ago. I did the whole thing. And it was one of those things where like we presented it and they didn't even need the stuff that I worked on. So that was kind of a trip. I worked on a little bit of stuff today. The way they got it set up is they have a lot of stuff in Microsoft Access and they're trying to migrate it to SQL Server. So they got a guy doing that. I don't really have permissions right now since I'm so new to the job with the database, but eventually, I think I'll get those. So like I said, I'm mostly right now just on the visualization side of Power BI.
So how many jobs have you had before this?
Zero.
This
Zero
is your
real
first
jobs.
job ever?
Yeah, zero real jobs.
Burger King, McDonald's, or anything?
I had like a 6-month like high school job with like it was at home. It's like a department store like for furniture and stuff, but that was pretty much it. Not like a real like corporate job until now.
Awesome. They want to know, the chat wants to know, how long did it take you to make it through the program?
Not that long. I think maybe just like a year or so. Actually, maybe a year exactly. Because then I started searching for jobs in October of 2022, Mika's program and all that stuff. Yeah, a little bit over a year.
All right. So straight out of high school, I actually did a case study on Craig. And so I just sent the link. Hold on. I didn't send it right. I'm sending the link through. You guys can look at his case study. I mean, you can see his entire transformation. You can see the videos, some of the videos he created. You can see his project that he worked on. I mean, you can see the whole thing that he did for the whole year. You have it all documented there. So you can see this is actually what we're doing. This guy graduated from high school. All of his friends went to college and he was like, hey guys, I'm going to try this different route. And now he gets to go brag to his friends and tell them how much money he's making. Are they jealous?
Yeah, they thought it was kind of crazy that I was making that much. And it's a really like, I don't want to say easy, but it's a very simple job. Like it's very straightforward. Once you know pretty much all the basic stuff that you learn with Colaberry, it kind of comes easy. They really don't have, a lot of things that are too difficult to do as of now. So it's only my first week. So
your first week at the job. I mean, how are your nerves? Like, how does it feel?
Yeah, it was kind of nerve-wracking at first, but since I'm starting to learn the ropes of how they do stuff around there, it's pretty good. A lot of it just comes with not even like the actual like data analysis stuff. It's just actually learning about like what they do because it's a logistics company and they do like truckloads and stuff. So actually learning that business is kind of the actual hard part. The data analysis stuff comes easy.
Because you already know it. All right. So What would be your biggest piece of advice that you would give the people potentially starting the class next week?
I don't know. Just don't put yourself down. If you're having some troubles, especially along like the project side of the course, making your own project, don't put yourself down. Don't think like you can't do it. And especially like looking through job interviews and like actually the applying part, don't get dismayed. Cause I applied for like a lot of jobs. And I had, the VAs do some of the job applying for me. So it was just like hundreds of applications going out every day. And it's a big market, but your job will come eventually. I was searching for what, like 5 months for a job, just searching, putting out my resume every single day. And there was definitely those days where I was just like, do I even want to apply today, or do I even want to do anything today? And I just laid in bed. But the only person that can get in the way of your success is you. Don't let anybody, tell you you can't, or don't let anybody, put you down. So that's my thing, because I really struggled with that sometimes.
All right, but now you got your job. You haven't even got your first paycheck yet, have you?
No, at the end of this month I will.
All right, well, call me and let me know how that goes.
Okay, I will.
Give me that firsthand. I want to know your firsthand. What you thought about it?
Oh yeah, I will. It might be spent by the time I call you though.
Right on. All right, Craig, we know you got to go, man. Appreciate you coming by. Thank you very
For sure.
much. And yeah, come back and join us. You're welcome back anytime.
Oh yeah. All right, I'll see you later.
All right. All right. Have a good one. I don't see Tyreek, but we do have Elvis in the building. Elvis is always good to talk to. Elvis, you there?
Yes, let me connect the audio really quick. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I need to fix it.
So while he's correcting his audio, Elvis is almost like a legend around here, okay? He's graduated probably like 5 years ago. But in his quest, he has organized, I mean, I don't know what the number is. I'll let you tell him the number. I know it's been over 50 people that he is responsible for not only, showing them to the program, but also working with them, helping them go through, homework assignments, getting them matched up with other people, getting them linked together. And he's being responsible for getting a whole lot of people through the program that he personally recommended, mentored, and worked through, not for money, but just because he was just so happy at how, his life had changed around that he wanted to do that for others.
So I believe that good things go out to, and good things happen for those who go out and make them happen. They don't just come to those who wait. I started this journey several years ago. Now I'm a senior data engineer. It has been an amazing experience. Just having to live paycheck to paycheck and working 8 to 5, and then after 5 o'clock doing Uber on the side so I can make it happen for my 3 children family, so to speak. That was really tough. I knew something had to change. And so when I enrolled in Colaberry, I actually, even before that, some of my passengers I used to drop from the airport to these big houses. I used to ask them, what do you do for a living? And they're like, oh, I'm in IT. And, then I heard about Colaberry and I joined. And I've never regretted that decision. It's one of those things that I realized that I was working really, really hard and not working smart, because I was doing a lot of data stuff, but not on the back end where there's money, right? I was more on the front end, so to speak. But when I got to Colaberry, what Ali told us, like in this similar meeting, I just took it and ran with it. Not just Ali, but the rest of the staff at Colaberry were amazing, have been amazing even now. And I know that a lot of lives have been changed through this program. As he mentioned, I mentor also people on the side. I've helped over 60, as of 2 weeks ago, about 68 people get into IT. I've sent over 40 people to Colaberry personally, and they have completed this program. But the motivation for them has been the testimony of how my life has changed. And that has been, I don't even have to tell them much, but because they know me, they know where I've come from. They have believed my story. They have come here, given it their best. And what I've found out challenging to a lot of people actually is that we don't begin with the end in mind. We just begin because we want to get here, but we don't really remember why we started and where we're going, and we have a short-circuited commitment. If you have a commitment that is not short-circuited, so to speak, and just have a game plan of where you're going, you're gonna get there. And that's what I'm here to encourage you tonight. Like this will change your life. It has changed my life. I've helped so many people that were it not for Colaberry, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So let's multiply this. Let's change not only our own lives, but the lives of others. And that's what I'm in the business of doing. It's been an amazing journey. It's all I can say.
All right, Elvis, better words could have been spoken. We appreciate you taking a few minutes to come by. We know you're a busy man and you taking time out of your schedule, so we definitely appreciate that. And of course, you know you're always welcome back.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Thanks.
All right, thank you, Elvis. I'm going to turn it off. Appreciate you guys listening to me this evening. If you do decide to take the class, you will get yours truly on the first day. I'm going to give you a whole rundown of the program, what it takes to be successful, everything. All right, so I'll be seeing you guys next weekend. Taiwo, it's all yours.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. General. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Everyone doing okay? I see Charlene. Well, I only see two people. I see Hamad. It's good to have you guys here. It's good to see you guys. I hope you're having a great time. Thank you, Helvis. We are always proud of you. You are an inspiration. You're always an inspiration. So thank you for all you do. We appreciate you. And thank you for every alumni that has spoken. Craig, oh my God, 20 years old. I wish I know this when I was 20 years old. All right. So we are so proud of every one of you. Okay, so to get you guys off and on to enjoy the rest of your evening. So we're just going to go through the payment options that we've heard. You've heard Ali talk about different the cost for this course, and I know there's a lot of questions. I've been reading a lot of questions in the chat. Okay, so how much does it cost? What do I need to pay for it? Is there any financial options that we have? And I am so excited to go over that with you guys tonight. So we have a lot of different payment options here at Colaberry. Going forward, now, another thing is this, we get this a lot, we're students, okay, so how do I, what if I'm working so much, my schedule's not allowing me, I can talk to my supervisor about it, but I need some help. You can definitely reach out to us on this number and this email. Send us an email, give us a call, and let us know that, hey, you need some excuse letter. This is something we just started, and it's so amazing. So we can provide you an excuse letter for your supervisor at work. Okay, so financing options that we have. If you need any help, you're trying to figure out, okay, so how do I pay for this? What do I need to do? We have an amazing team of advisors here at Colaberry that they will be glad to kind of work with you and sit down to see, okay, what are your options and what option is best suited for you, right? So we will be glad to give you that counsel. We also have the flexible payment as well. I know the cost, Ali talked about the cost being $1,999, $1,999, but we have a flexible payment option for you where you can actually split those in two. So you can do a partial payment where you pay $1,000 when you enroll for this course, and then you pay $1,050 30 days after the class starts. Okay, we do have a class that is starting April 1st. So if you're to join this class coming up, then you pay $1,000. Then the last payment of $1,050 will now be due. That will be May 1st. All right, 30 days after the class starts. We also accept credit cards, not just debit cards. We also accept major credit card as well. Right now, we have an early bird special going on. We always have a special before 10 days before every of our classes. So this special gives you about 10% off of that total tuition. However, though, that only applies to full payment. If you're making a full payment, you get that discount before the class actually starts. So if you want to take advantage of that and you're pumped up, you want to get started, you definitely can do that right away. We also provide scholarship. I see a question here in the chat. Do we have scholarship or discount for military personnel? We appreciate everything that you guys are doing and you for the country, and we want to support you. Okay, we want to support you. So we provide a scholarship for all of our students that is a military member. So you get a scholarship for the first part of the course, which is the boot camp, and that is for that $19.99. So you get full scholarship. So if you are a military personnel, you are a spouse of a active military member, or you are a veteran, we have scholarship for you, absolutely. And if you work for a company that maybe they kind of sponsor courses like this and they are willing to pay for it, you can definitely reach out to us and we'll be glad to kind of walk you through the process. We definitely provide, once you pay for that, then they want to reimburse you, we will provide whatever document that you need for this. Another thing we have started here at Colaberry is partnering with Meritize. We get these questions a lot. Do you have a financial aid? Do you have any sponsorship? Do you have any student loan? And it's so exciting to let you know that we have partnered with Meritize Student Loan. Meritize provides student loan. They are one of the major loan company in the United States, and we have partnered with them to provide loans to our students, okay? So you just need to reach out to them and they'll be glad to assist you. We can also have the link to complete the registration also in the chat. If you want to check your eligibility, whether you're eligible for it or not, then you want to do that maybe before you enroll. You definitely can do that, and we will have that link posted in the chat. All right, so another thing that I love about Meritize is this. I know a lot of us, when it comes to loan, we're very, very particular. Credit score is credit is a very, very sensitive subject. And I know that we are very, very skeptical about that. I am. But one thing I love about Meritize is that they only do a soft pull on your credit. They don't do a hard pull, which affect your credit score. Okay, they only do a soft pull, and that doesn't have any effect on your credit. All right, so you might want to kind of check that out. Another thing with Meritize is this: it covers both the boot camp and the job readiness program. So right from the beginning, if you are approved for this loan, you will not be making any payments, right? They give you about 8 months to finish the course, get a job, and then you start paying. So you can go through all of this process. You can definitely reach out to them. We will post the information in the chat that you can actually reach out to them, and they will give you all of this information that you need. All right. Moving forward, we already talked about this. Another thing that we offer here at Colaberry is the WIOA. WIOA is Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. We work with TWC. Okay, we work with TWC, that's Texas Workforce Commission, and they provide sponsorship and scholarship to certain students, right, who meet a certain criteria. All right, so if you are right here, we have between the ages of 18 and 24. Maybe you are like Craig and you just finished high school and you really want to do this course. You definitely can give them a call. They will let you know what the criteria is. All you need to do, find the nearest workforce solution that is closer to you, reach out to them and let them know that you want to take this course, and they will definitely walk you through the process. It's very easy, and they'll be glad to do that for you. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Another thing that we also have here, I wanted to talk about this because I see a lot of questions in the chat. Okay, do you have any sponsor for the second stage for the 15,000? Do you have any help for that? Do you have any support? I want to let you know this. We do have we work with Stride ISL. And Stride assist you in sponsoring and funding the cost for the second stage. Okay, you've gone through the boot camp, you finish that, and then you decide to go forward and move into the next stage, which is the job readiness program. They are able to help you and sponsor you through that process. All right, so we have the information here. You can reach out to them, hello@stridingfunding.com. You can call them on this number, 214-775-9960, and they'll be glad to assist you as well. But you don't need to worry about this for now, because you only do this once you complete the boot camp. That is the criteria to sign up for the Stride. Okay. All right. So that is all. I believe that is all I have for you guys today. I hope I'm going to go through questions as well. But if you have any question, you need to reach out to us, please reach out to us on this number, 972-992-1024. And you can send us an email, support@colaberry.com. So if you're excited about this and you want us to reach out to you, you can definitely fill out this form. My advisors, if you can post that form in the chat, we will be glad to reach back to you. So please post that form in the chat. I mean, the link to the form in the chat. If you want us to reach out to you, we will be glad to do that. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, guys. It's such an honor to have you here. If you really, if you're ready to take over, to do this, you're like, okay, I'm ready. I don't need anyone to tell me anything anymore. I want to do this. We will be glad to walk you through the enrollment process as well. You can let us know what time you'll be available, and we will schedule a time with you to walk you through the enrollment process. All right, so that is all for me today. Thank you so much. It is such an honor to be here, and it's such great to have you join us today.